Welcome everyone to this exciting interview segment. Today we have the pleasure of sitting down with Alexandra Harris, star of the Up TV movie A Christmas, A Country Music Christmas. Join us as we delve into Alexandra's insights into her character and the challenges of filming this movie. Thank you for being here with us, Alessandra.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. So, can you tell us a little bit about your character on Santa's cousin?
I play a character named Natalie, and she is like a young single mom who has this really sweet son. And she's just doing everything she can to create like a happy, healthy home for him. And she's gets in a situation over the holidays, which I mean is pretty typical for I assume for moms. I'm not a mom, but I assume over the holidays just taking on way too much to please other people, and it kind of stacks up on her. And then all of a sudden, there's the handsome stranger in town, and she doesn't know this, but he's on a special mission from Santa to help her find true love. So
Great. And what initially attracted you to your role in this movie?
well, again, I'm a rom-com girl, so I love rom-com scripts. I love like this feel-good movies that you can cozy up and watch, and there's zero stress involved. You kind of know already that it's going to be a happy ending. This one in particular was super fun, just because it was my first time to play a mom, which was cool. I really enjoyed that. The little boy who played my son, Malcolm, is fantastic. He's like a total star, and he's going to be like a big deal, I can tell. But he was great, and getting to work with John again and the team that was doing this out in New Mexico was great. It was just a super fun project to get to do.
Great. And what do you hope audiences will take away from watching Santa's cousin?
Santa's Cousin is like one of those ones that's super fun because there's also like a magic element to it because we have Eric and Eliza Roberts play Mr. and Mrs. Claus with kind of like a fun take on Mr. and Mrs. Claus, and there's like elves and like teleporting, and there's just some fun silly elements. So I think it has like a fun holiday feeling mixed in with the rom-com because you get like some of that Christmas magic thrown in there, and I think people will like the characters. They're pretty well rounded and have like their lives ahead of them, so like you can kind of see where things are going, and there's just a lot of cool elements. And also we got to use sign language in this movie, which was very cool. um, it was just it was a great experience. Yeah.
Great. And apart from Jonathan, what was it like working with the rest of the cast and crew on set?
I think they're cutting the tree behind me. Sorry, I just noticed like something falling behind me. I apologize.
Sorry.
The cast and crew was great. Jonathan's always a delight to work with. It was really fun. We had a lot of students on this film, like working who were in college at the time. So it was like a lot of people's first movie experience, which I personally love because that's how I got started in this industry. And making movies is, I mean, obviously one of my favorite things to do. And getting to watch other people like learn it and love it was really special.
Great. And about this movie, what can you tease about your character journey?
Natalie's character journey is again kind of one of self discovery, but more so it's about learning to stand up for yourself
Mhm.
and kind of like put your foot down when you need to put your foot down, and like make the right decision for you, tell people no, and you know find true love in a way that suits you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the last question about this movie, what was your favorite scene or moment while filming this one?
I think my favorite part of this one was like one of the very last scenes where she kind of tells off her old boyfriend in front of the entire town. She
Oh,
basically she's standing up front. Well, I mean, this is kind of a spoiler, so sorry. But she's standing under a podium and their Christmas festival is going on and like some stuff goes wrong and he makes her tell everyone what's going on. And she just kind of has this moment of like she kind of claps back a little bit and kind of makes him look silly and like expresses her love for the new guy, and it's just like a really cool kind of like stick it to the man kind of moment in the end of the rom-com that felt really satisfying to me.
amazing. So, change of subject. This is a question I ask to all the artists I have the pleasure to talk with. What have been some of the most memorable projects you have worked on throughout your career, and why for you?
Ah, well, I love working on rom-coms, but this past year I got the experience of working on a Western where I played like an outlaw and I got to shoot guns and ride horses. And I was like in these crazy period piece costumes and I had so much fun doing it. So that's what comes to mind first for me, just because it was so different and so exciting. And I loved my character. I got to play Etta Place, who's a real person. She was like a female outlaw who ran with the Sundance Kid and Butch Cassidy. And so that was a blast. And riding horses and shooting guns. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, a quick question. At Survive the Shows, we are big fans of Christmas rom-coms. What is your all-time favorite?
That's a hard question. I think my all-time favorite Christmas rom-com is probably The Holiday, which I feel like is probably a very, is it yours too?
Yeah.
Good. I love like the location swap and Jack Black's character in that movie is just the sweetest, most adorable guy. And yeah, it's good every time. It never gets old. But my favorite rom-com of all time is probably Miss Congeniality. That's very much kind of like the vibe of shows that I like. Kind of it's like rom-com mixed with action adventure. And it doesn't get better than that for me. So
Great. For me, it's The Holiday and Love
mhm.
Actually.
Oh, Love Actually is actually my husband's favorite. So
Ooh, great.
yeah, we watch that one almost every Christmas. So
Yeah, The Holiday and Love Actually together.
it's a good pairing.
Yeah, exactly. So, the last question, can you tease something about your next projects?
Yes. Well, obviously, I have that Western coming out this year, which I'm very excited about. Not a rom-com, so maybe not the right audience, but I do have not this year, but next year, I have another Christmas rom-com coming out that's super cute called The Spirit of Christmas Station. And that one's going to be really special. We just recently finished up that one and it was a great set to be on and the story was super cute and Morgan Bradley, who's like a rom-com actress, she actually directed this one and she's lovely to work with. So that one is going to be really good.
Great. So, this is it.
Ah,
Make sure, all of you, to catch a country music Christmas on App TV this Saturday night.
thank you so much. I had such a great time talking to you.
And thank you, Alexandra, to join us today. And thank you all for watching. Bye!